Welcome, this is our Wednesday, March 2, 2016 edition of the Government News Brief. In the news, prison service to resuscitate its agricultural program, Guyanese taking advantage of the 50-50 payment plan for house lots, and mosquito-borne Zika virus continues to be monitored. With these and other stories, I am Azim Khan. Thank you for staying with us. This is the Government News Brief. With the discovery of 5 new Zika cases in Guyana, the Ministry of Public Health continues to monitor for the mosquito-borne virus. Public Health Minister Dr. George Norton says fogging continues across the country, in addition to the distribution of chemically treated bed nets. The minister explained that one person has been sent for training at the Caribbean Public Health Agency in Trinidad to operate the equipment already in place to test for vector-borne diseases. The Public Health Ministry is advising Guyanese to take precautionary measures to prevent the infection and spread of the Zika virus by the use of insect repellent and sleeping on the bed nets. Screening of windows and doors and other openings can also aid in the reduction of mosquitoes. Many Guyanese are using the opportunity to get 50% off house lots with the Ministry of Communities promotion in commemoration of Guyana's 50th Jubilee anniversary. Here are the details.
Today, many Guyanese flock to the Ministry of Housing in an effort to own a piece of land and turnkey home at a 50% discounted rate.
It's a good idea, and I think it's better for everybody too. Kind of save a lot of money.
My thought is pay down the 50% and pay the next, set 25%, because 50% got discount from the 50%.
Well, it's reasonable for who could afford it.
There is a large number of applicants for house lots that were sent in years ago but were not processed. Persons who have been allocated house lots and paid 50% by April 30 will qualify for 50% discount on the balance during the period of May 1 to May 31 as part of Guyana's Jubilee celebrations. The government has embarked on providing proper infrastructure, potable water and electricity to all new housing schemes. For those housing areas that do not have infrastructure, this will be fixed. With this Government News Brief, I'm Shanaz Alo reporting.
Late requisition for medical supplies is likely the reason for shortages at some healthcare facilities. More in this report.
Addressing the alleged medical supply shortage at healthcare facilities, Minister Norton said that there isn't a shortage as far as he knows, because supplies are available.
And when we look at the list of those medical supplies, there were an abundance of gloves, an abundance of needles, abundance of syringes, an abundance of so many medical supplies there that I am amazed that for some reason or the other, this is not being utilized.
During an interview with the Government Information Agency, the minister also pointed out that the ministry is paying for storage of these supplies.
We were told only recently that the Ministry of Public Health will have to pay new GPC for storage facility because they have a warehouse filled with medical supplies for the Ministry of Public Health.
Among the supplies stored at the warehouse is a large quantity of the supplies that are allegedly short at healthcare facilities, primarily at the New Amsterdam Hospital. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampasad reporting.
Work will be fast-tracked to ensure that the areas slated for township have the requisite essential services. Details in this report.
Lethem, Mabaruma and Bartica have been gazetted to become towns. A fourth community, Madya, is also earmarked to become a municipality, but its status has been delayed. With $3 billion approved in the 2016 national budget for infrastructural development across the regions, residents in these and other areas will benefit from improved government services. During a recent outreach to Mabaruma, Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan spoke of the new developments that will be had for the Region 1 community.
With this upgraded status, accompanying it will be the provision and the delivery of more governmental services. It is a part of this vision and strategic direction of this administration as part of its decentralization to be able to offer the delivery of more governmental services across our country. So a number of the license and transactions, various transactions that are needed, for example, NIS and other government services, will have to be made available.
Electricity is a critical component in the provision of efficient services, and this will be significantly improved in Mabaruma and its surrounding areas.
It is regrettable and unfortunate that the community of Mabaruma and the neighboring communities of Kumaka and Hosororo enjoy only limited hours of electricity supply, currently just about 6 hours, and it is a priority of the administration to be able to provide much longer hours of electricity, and in keeping with our green policy, electricity from renewable sources. So there are various funding avenues that are being considered. There is the imminent UK CIF Caribbean Investment Fund grants that would be explored to see what alternative sources of renewable energy can be provided to our hinterland communities to help to reduce the cost of electricity, as well as to provide greater access to that vital commodity.
Mabaruma is the administrative center for Region 1. It has a hospital, a police station, and other essential services. With this government news brief, Shanta Goberdan reporting.
The Guyana Prison Service will soon return to self-sufficiency in agricultural produce. Find out how in this report.
The Guyana Prison Service should be self-sufficient in its food production. This is one of the goals of its newly appointed Agricultural Development Board. The prison service was known for its agricultural production decades ago.
We used to have a direct involvement of the Ministry of Agriculture in a very aggressive way. The Ministry of Agriculture is involved now, but it needs to be more holistic. And at every location, we should have the participation of not only the Ministry of Agriculture, but others in the community that are skillful and that can help for the development of the Guyana Prison Service agricultural farms.
Members of the board recently visited the Mazaruni prison in Essequibo, where a number of recommendations were made.
We're going to expand the sheep production, almost double that within a year. We'll do the same for cows because the potential is there. We would introduce apiculture because the biodiversity in that area is awesome. And we would need the bees to help with the production. We have bees so that we can have pollination going on without a problem. Because we intend to introduce at least about 50 different types of fruit crops so that fruits would never be a problem anymore at the prison. And what they cannot consume, they will send to other locations.
These interventions, along with the introduction of crops such as provisions and vegetables, will see the creation of an integrated farming system being realized. The prison's farms are located at Mazaruni, Temeri, Lusignan, and New Amsterdam.
We have come to the end of the government news brief for Wednesday, March 2, 2016. We are reminding you that this is a photograph taken during the independence activities. If you recognize yourself in this photograph, please give us a call on 226-6715 or 225-3119. We would certainly like to speak with you. Remember, the government news brief along with all other GINA programs can be found on our website. We're also on Facebook and YouTube. On behalf of all of us here at GINA, thank you for watching.